Everybody, last night I did a presentation on Britney Spears' conservatorship and just some ideas on some of the ways that her phones could be hacked. That could be basically manipulating her ability to access the internet in ways that could happen normally. And they could have done this legally through the conservatorship. And so I'm a little bit concerned that whether it happened legally or through a gray area. The point is that it's very easy to do this to her, and she may still be experiencing some compromises to her data and that could be used against her. So I thought it was worth mentioning that even if you get things like burner phones, it's not going to help you if you have going on with you what Britney Spears has going on, more than likely. Okay, just this is for anybody. But anyways, the question they asked me was, have you talked to Sam Lufti? I wonder if he knew this, and that is why he was always stealing Britney's phones and sneaking her new phones. All right. So that's why I mentioned the burner phone thing, because that's consistent with a person that's hypothesizes that the phone that they personally carry is compromised or tracked, or the bill goes back to some central location so they can track who the calls go to and from, etc. And so they don't want to do that, so they'll get what they think is a burner phone because they believe it'll give them, I don't know, swappable SIMs or ways of somehow skirting around the tracking of their phone number. Well, it's good for that. Touche. It'll do that. That's one thing that it does kind of do. It does actually hide activity back to one central phone number if that's all you're trying to achieve. But it's not going to help you with the types of hacks that exist that are more consistent with what's called a cob ham or a stingray, because those basically hack the air interface, which is the way that your phone connects to the network. You have frequencies and airwaves and bands that go between your smartphone or your tablet, whether it's to your Wi-Fi router or it's to a cell phone tower. These are all hackable, exploitable routes where a person who's crafty and who does know what they're doing can make you believe that your phone is actually contacting the cell phone network when it's not. So the way I answered the question was as follows. I said I haven't spoke to Sam Lufti, and I only recently began to familiarize myself with all the various people who've tried to help her otherwise. I've suspected for a long time that she is in a restricted internet protocol environment that works a bit like a VPN that can be monitored by her conservatorship. That's a virtual private network if you're not familiar. It's just a way of hiding your IP address, but it could also be used to reroute somebody's to a central location that can be sniffed and monitored. They probably create a justification to do this legally, but there are ways to hack her air interface, even if Lufti or others supplied her with a burner phone. The Cobham Stingray style hacks don't have to know your phone number. They just need to be close enough to the target user to hack, intercept the Airwave link between Britney's device and whatever she links to, like the cell tower. They could install femtocells in her home and she'd have no clue. All our texts and calls are being sent to Jamie Spears or anyone else in her conservatorship. This is why she might need some extra assistance from people who will be transparent and above board with their research of her case. Just putting that out there for anybody, folks, because this is something that I do types of research, whether, it's a large scale case or something like that, but this can happen to just about anybody, any place. And so if you do need that kind of assistance, I'm a person you can consult with for that too. But I just wanted to answer that one publicly so folks could kind of see the answer there and, you can understand how it all works. Thanks.